All right, so I wanted to talk on last night's eviction episode. Best part of that episode was the jury segment. Finally, we get one and I feel fed. I hadn't laughed like that this season in a bit. It was funny that Enzo was saying that Christmas is too happy and then cue a clip of Christmas laughing hysterically. They showed that Cody Tyler talk, Tyler trying to convince Cody to keep him because it would be better for his game, and Cody is just giving him nothing. I already knew about this conversation, but watching it, you're like, he's just like, yeah. Like, from that conversation, I would know that I am not getting my way. And spoiler, considering who won HOH, I guess they made the right move. I think Tyler would have been really good at that HOH comp, the balancing one. I think he would have been a force to be reckoned with in that. So Memphis trying to be discreet about wanting Christmas to stay and Tyler to go. And it is so obvious he wants Christmas to stay, and they all know that. They're just like, gonna take our chances. So the plan was to tell Tyler before the actual eviction that day that he was going, and I think they did do it because he was dressed nice. Christmas was in her athletic gear. He was dressed in jeans. So the jury segment, I squealed when I saw Ian. I missed him so much. Like I've said before, I never thought I'd see him play the game again, and I'm so glad that I was able to see him play the game again, even though it didn't go my way. Like, nothing went my way this season. Everyone I root for goes home. And at this point, couldn't believe that I was thinking this, but I actually wanted Christmas to win HOH just to see Cody and Nicole on the block together and just see them, actually not get their way for once and to squirm and struggle a bit. It's just been way too easy for them. It was so cute seeing Ian keep himself entertained. I knew he'd be super bored in that jury house alone. But, right after him is coming Day, and Day is a lot of entertainment. She's a lot of fun. So I'm sure that she livened up the jury house for him. Couldn't help laughing when Ian and Day were thinking that Danny was running things. Boy, are they in for a surprise. It seems like whoever they think is playing a good game or whoever they think is running things is just coming right behind them into the jury house. So Day did tell Ian that Nicole flipped on him, and he looked disappointed. Right when she said it, he looked a little like, oh, okay, like, she turned on me, she flipped on me. But then after, I think he's just trying to be good sport about it. He's like, it was a game move and she did what she had to do, so. And I was like, so happy when Day said Janelle was right. Janelle even tweeted about it, and I was like, yes, Day, Janelle and Kaser were right all along. You guys should have listened. So Day and Ian really weren't surprised when Kevin walked in, but they were both obviously sad. They both had connections to Kevin. And then after David comes in, and they really weren't all that surprised either. None of them had a clue from what we see that it was a triple. From Day screaming, it seemed like they were shocked when Danny came in. I these jury segments always seem scripted, and watching this one, it's the same way. Day scream about Danny was really funny. So Danny was saying that she played better than Nicole, and that's why she was evicted out of the house. And it's like, if you played better than Nicole, wouldn't you still be in the house? I think the more appropriate thing to say would have been Nicole is better connected. Nicole had a previous relationship with Cody, a prior connection, and they're running things. So I think that would have been more accurate. But she's obviously very, very, very bitter toward Nicole, even though Nicole wasn't really the one that voted her out. So it's just, I don't know. Danny's obviously still very upset. She was getting very emotional. And I mean, I don't blame her. She really wanted that win. She wanted to be the BB queen. And it just wasn't in the cards. I laughed so much during this jury segment with Day. I've really missed her. She brought so much joy and laughter to the episodes. I giggled when Kevin said that the Oteb salamander creature looked like Tyler's brother. It was interesting to see the reactions to David taking the money rather than going for the veto. Ian completely understood. He was like, that was, you know, I don't blame you, because you could have been out and then not gotten the money, so you were better off just getting the money. I think David was screwed either way. I understand. I personally wouldn't have made that choice. I would have wanted to compete for the veto, but I understand going for the money when, you know, he's probably like, I don't know, Kevin's going home this week, and David really didn't stand a chance in the game. So yeah, he possibly could have won it, and, you know, or he possibly couldn't have. So it's done. There's nothing he can do about it. Kevin obviously was like, I don't know why you did that. That was a bad move. Danny's shade at Nicole, saying that she's not playing a winning game this season. I was like, oh, did they like tell her stuff that Nicole was saying about her, or the fact that, you know, Nicole was like flipping on her? I'm trying to understand. Maybe she's just upset she wanted to be the last girl, and now, you know, Nicole is gonna be the last girl. I'm so Kevin when he was saying that he's losing respect for the people playing the game as time goes on, and 100%. This, I think, was in regards to Enzo not flipping against Nicole. So I completely agree. At this point, I can't see anybody else winning against Cody. The best move for these people would be to get out Cody if they want to win. If not, if they're playing for Cody to win, then carry on. Danny, you know, she was very upset, and I don't know if she wants people to feel bad for her, but nobody there was feeling bad for her. They were like, Ian's like, in his head, probably, he didn't say it out loud, but in his head, he's like, you know, it's your fault. I'm out of this game. So, but yeah, Danny feels really betrayed, and she did it to herself. She should have listened to Janelle. She should have kept people in the game that would have never gotten rid of her. It's truly just that simple. Kevin saying that Tyler's playing an amazing game right after Danny's all sad and he's trying to comfort her, and it's like, Tyler's playing a great game. And it's like, yeah, you'll see him real soon. It's just, yeah, Danny super bitter towards Nicole, but not Cody, even though Cody was the one that voted her out. And she told Julie when she got evicted that she felt betrayed by Cody, but now she's like, yeah, Cody's playing the winning game. He deserves a win, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, out of the people there, he's gonna get it. He's been like in power every week. Obviously, Tyler knew he was going home from that speech, but it was worth a shot. Julie's comment about loving God in regards to Christmas's speech, because Christmas mentioned God, it was like, it's a little weird, a little random. Maybe Julie's feeling very spiritual, religious during this time. I don't know. Tyler went out like a true lover of the game, a true good sport, and yeah, he was fixing his hair when he put on his mask before going out to see Julie. Tyler's pictures on the wall were really cute. Him competing, just some close-ups of him. Julie really thought it was his year, and Tyler probably at some point did too, and I at some point did too. I think I would have loved to see BB20 Tyler throughout this whole season. I saw him in the beginning. I mentioned that he was playing the same game, yet more tentative, not willing to make the same mistakes in a way, not willing to make all those final twos, make all those alliances, even though he did make alliances. But him wanting to leave really messed things up, and he made errors, just like Julie mentioned. It sucks, yeah. I really would have loved for him to be this strong opposition against Cody. I thought it was going to be Cody versus Tyler, and I guess we got it for like a second. I thought he deserved to win BB20, and I still think he should have brought what he learned from that season to this season. And look, he found out that all those people were double dipping, and he missed out on the fun. He missed out on that, and they're still there, and Cody is going to win, and he double dipped and he had alliances with everyone. So Tyler lost BB20 by 1 vote, and there were there's always mistakes made. It's never going to be a flawless game. But I think all of the alliances he had were a huge pro. Maybe nurturing those relationships and not forgetting about them. And just towards the end, still focusing on those relationships. But yeah, imagine how different it would have been if he really, really went hard on making those final twos and making those alliances and you know, not giving up and wanting to go home. Imagine if he formed something with Janelle and Kaysar, that side of the house. It would have been pretty epic to see that side go against Cody and Cody's side. But whatever, it is what it is. It happened and we can't change it. Cody and Memphis came clean to Tyler in the goodbye messages, and that's how he finds out about all of the double dipping and alliances, whatever. He seemed pretty shocked, and his reads weren't completely right. You know, he placed a lot of trust on Enzo. He really thought he had Enzo, and really the only person that really has Enzo is Cody. So yeah, it was the stashing pumpkins, HOH, that little balancing thing, and Nicole wins it. So yeah, I'm totally thinking we're gonna see a final two with Cody and Nicole, as much as I don't want it, but yeah. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe.